way you provoked him.
My bad.
You're right. I got a bit carried away.
Well, you shouldn't have. We're lucky they didn't shoot us down on the spot. Did you notice how many of them there were? You better keep your nose out of it next time.
I apologize. You're right.
That's all right. I understand how you feel. His tone got on my nerves too. And keep quiet tomorrow in front of von Berghoff.
Reputation
I'm here to
gained.
do the talking. We'll deliver our message and fulfill our mission. If we arrange a truce with the League of Lords, then Hanush will finally have to take me seriously. Well, since you're so sure of yourself, how about stretching our limbs a bit after that long journey? With a bit of swordplay.
Oh, I will
You're in the mood for
destroy
that
you.
after riding so long.
Certainly. So then, eh?
All right then.
We'll see if my old
Just a bit
casino
of swordplay
strike
for
still
the hell of
serves me
it?
well,
Or
chat.
should we have a wager?
Let's save the wagers for later.
Oh, you afraid?
Keep the biting remarks to yourself. I see you're still in armor, so we can get to it right away. Here's a practice sword for you. Have that ready too.
Leave it off this evening at least.
Press I to open inventory and equip yourself. Wait, what? Oh. You received 20 dandelion. 20? I picked 20 that fast? Oh my gosh. I was surrounded by these things. At least the animation is smoother. It's still kind of weird that they do that third person thing, but it's not as jarring as before. Spacebar to hop that. Okay.
So, should we start?
Did you deal with that dog of yours? I wouldn't want him gobbling up our supper while we're training.
You're right. Hang on a while.
Okay. Gotta find something to feed the dog, chat. Let's see. Do you have any extra food? Oh, have you got food? Perfect.
Listen, would you have some scraps for a mutt?
That's a good one. He already gobbled up a piece of venison while I was having a piss. I've got one last sausage and I'll be saving that for the way back. Look, Henry, I'm fond of that beast, but you ought to keep him under control.
Wouldn't you swap it for something?
I might. Tankard has my ring. I lost it to him at dice, and if I go home without it, my old woman will send me right back. If you can get it back, I'll be glad to give you that sausage.
Well,
All right,
I'll
so
see
we're
what
going
I
to use
can
the
do.
weighted dice that we got from the treasure chest to beat the guy at gambling, get the ring back, give it to the guy for the sausage, give it to the dog so that we don't get interrupted, and then do the sword fight.
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure. How's about spicing it up with a little wager?
I heard you won a ring off Oates. What about that?
Fortune favours the brave, lad. But if you lose, you'll pay for everything I order in the tavern in Trotsky. All right?
Dice. If you're interested in Gamba, you can find a game of dice in any respectable tavern. Dice selected to be held. Current selection. Scored points, goal, opponent. Held dice from previous throws. Choosing dice. If you have any dice in your inventory, you can choose to use them before starting the game. Most dice have special properties that you can read about in their descriptions. These allow you to use special techniques to improve your luck. Course of the game. You start the game by rolling all 6 dice. Select the scoring dice you want to keep. Put them to the side and gain points for them at the end of your turn, and then roll the rest again. You can keep rolling until you run out of dice. However, if you don't roll a single scoring dice, you lose all points gained that turn. The art of dice is to finish your turn and score your points before you run the risk of not rolling a single scoring die. The first player to reach the score goal is the victor. You could see all point information for the current game in the bottom left corner. Below are all dice combinations and their point values. Okay, so you want multiple of a kind or like a straight flush type situation. The Devil's Head is a joker, adding 1 value to any combination.
Come on, then. Show us what you can do. Unless you're playing for the first time.
That's really good. 4 5s. Score and pass.
That's enough for me. Your turn.
Wait, what? I don't understand. Why can I not do this? So I have to have at least 3 of a kind, or just the ones. Score and continue. So a 1 or a 5 is just pure points. So I'm at 1350 now. Can I survive his next turn? Yikes.
No, that's as far as I go.
Alright, so he's tied with me right now. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's a flush. Score and pass.
Mother of... Damn your eyes.
Mother...
You played well. What's to be done? A bet is a bet. Here's your ring.
Return the ring to Oates. Okay. Hold on. Is that 5 quick save or anything? You have no save your schnaps. Oh my god, this game has save your schnaps. Got your ring.
It seems Tankard can't tell a 5 from a 6. I won that ring off him.
You beat the bastard. Ha! You're a dab hand, Henry. Thanks. Will you give it to me? If I go home without it, the old woman will break her broom over my back.
What will you give me for it?
Well, all I've got here is some grub. Want a sausage? It's venison.
All right. And enough games. You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
Yeah. True enough.
Okay. Where's the mutt?
Here, mutt.
Sausage. Okay. I don't see the good boy command. Alright. Dog's taken care of, boss.
Can we start with the sword play?
You've got your armor. Good. I won't hold back. Ready? Let's start.
Where's my
Draw
sword?
your sword.
Hang on. This time, I'll take the lead. Let's get warmed up. I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me. Is that the best you've got?
Whoa!
I didn't even work up a sweat.
Oh, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be worn down.
Let's see it then.
Dude, okay,
Attack
what? How do I lock
properly.
onto him?
Now, a longer sequence.
You can chain attacks by pressing the attack button again while your first attack is still in progress.
I'm still as fresh as a daisy. Is that the best you can do?
I'm having the opposite problem from the first game. It's actually de-targeting him too easy. How do I, like, stay locked on? Oh, maybe you tab. Okay. Now we can Gamba Strike. Okay. There's the chain.
No!
Now you're warmed up, eh?
Yeah.
You look like the young version of Jim
Quick wit with
Carrey.
yourself
I've heard it before.
While you're attacking, you still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard.
Lock attacks. Oh, he doesn't swing until I hold it up. Okay.
Don't get so close to me. Good. That's the way. Good. Nice.
Oh, that's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
Start your attack.
Right
then.
click when you see the green shield.
You're doing great, Henry. Pretty good. Nice. But what about a riposte? Reckon you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
Get ready.
So they changed that slightly.
Why didn't you strike afterwards?
Because I didn't expect you to slow time down.
Good, Henry. Sweet.
I got him right in the jaw.
Hey, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you can't make a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered. Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right. Come on then.
Hit his unprotected side. By attacking his own, your opponent's not holding his weapon to reduce the chance. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's not what you meant to do, is it? Nice work, Henry. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
Indeed. And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 groschen?
All right. 100 groschen it is.
Defend yourself. Off to a good start.
Stamina. I'm winded. Got no stamina.
Put up a fight at least.
Wooden sword versus plate is difficult to chew through. Can I shove him like before this game?
Nice.
Yep.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
Ooh. Did a jab there. Henry needs more cardio. Yeah.
That one hit the spot.
Sword's leveled up. Alright, I just need to block for a bit, let my stamina come back. I'm so glad I played the first game. That makes this so much easier to understand.
How do you do it? Ow!
Stamina.
Ow! I yield! Enough!
It's sublime!
Fuck's sake, you're unstoppable! Oh, you won the bet, fair and square. I'll settle with you when we get to Trotsky. Now let's go and eat. That swordplay gave me quite an appetite.
Getting hit in the head with a stick repeatedly would tick me off so much. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem too happy about it. Sit by the fire.
So who won, gentlemen?
Oh, it seems this isn't my day. I knew I shouldn't have bet with you. You've improved since that last time in Ratai.
I won there too.
I won back then too, as I recall. You had to give me your bow.
You were unbelievably lucky, beating me after just one day of training. True.
Well, I beat him in the
I'm
sword
my
fight.
best
He beat me in the
format.
archery contest.
We had a drink or two beforehand.
Oats? What's this food supposed to be?
What's left of our supplies? Tomorrow we'll be at the castle, and we'll get some decent grub.
If you told us earlier, I could have shot a hare. And you could have cooked it like they did in the tavern the day before yesterday.
That tavern where you drank away all your coin?
Ha! You've got to have some fun.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty. A real peach. Admit it.
Only a fella was there.
Okay, so you're picking your backstory a little bit, which gives you some starting stat points. Silver Tongue. I cleared things up with the husband.
He was well pissed off. If I hadn't convinced him you were the village idiot and that we dragged you home right away...
And if I hadn't left him a fistful of coin to boot,
Throwing groschen around like that? Fellas, if a rainy day comes, you'll be fucked.
Ha! I've got nothing to regret. The whole world turns around wenches. Ain't that right, Henry?
Huh?
You never gave us the goods on that lass of yours. What was her name now?
Teresa. She lived with that Peshek at the mill.
And she saved my life.
I never actually
A
finished the
brave
quest
girl.
to romance her, but I guess that's just
She's
canon.
a fine lass. And? Is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
She's my sweetheart. And that's all I'll tell you.
Ah, don't be such a monk. Out with it.
Ah, forget it, you horny goat.
You already
This discussion is
goes.
over.
You know, this traveling isn't too bad.
And then we get
Apart
shot
from
by
the
bandits.
Mosquitoes.
Aye. Apart from them.
where were you yesterday evening, Henry? You were late for supper. That's not what I call watching over our Lord.
Hey, don't make trouble.
Mudcott Ascent. I was with you the whole time. Stealth. I was looking for shelter. I need a peace and quiet scholarship. Houndmaster.
Mutt caught a scent. Ran off into the woods and wouldn't come back.
And what was it?
There's a footpath there with some derelict house at the end. Mutt was standing outside, barking like crazy. But there was nothing inside but mouldy furniture and some burnt bones. So I calmed the poor pup down, and we came back to the camp.
He don't seem like no poor pup to me, especially after the way he came barking at me today.
And what about, time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir?
It depends. Once von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately.
What? Straight back on the road?
Well, we could stay a day or two, perhaps.
Does anyone know anything more about von Berghoff?
It depends. I feel like I'm not supposed to know, so I'm gonna stay silent.
I've already told you all I know. Von Berghoff is a very important nobleman, the royal chamberlain. He administers the country for the king, collects taxes. It's like this. There's the king, then him, then a very big gap, and then me. And we
And then a
are
very
envoys
big gap.
sent to offer him an alliance.
I heard he insists on having the finest swords. And that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
And is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
The sword is a wonderful weapon. Swords. I prefer maces, heavy weapons. I can manage without a weapon unarmed. I prefer shooting marksmanship. Okay, The first game had marksmanship and sword. It didn't really have heavy weapons or unarmed. Punch only run. It did. Well, it had like I found a club, I think, during the game, and there was like two-hand weapons that you could find on occasion that would but you could only use them for a short time. I don't know if you can use them the whole time. Get punch drunk. Let's try heavy weapons.
I prefer other weapons. Proper ones.
Proper
When
ones.
you take a mace in your hand, a nice chunk of metal, you know one good blow will do the job. No dancing around in circles. Just smash.
Too right. I feel like a king when I got a nice big cudgel.
I'm surprised you didn't say a sword, since you never stop going on about the sword Istvan Toth stole from you.
That sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. But that's another matter. I suppose you've heard enough of that, eh?
Well, you know.
Ah, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Istvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again.
What? So Radzig ain't dead, though?
Enough, enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated, and let's leave it at that. No offense.
Who help me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won, so Conrad goes.
What are you on about?
Enough. Oath, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning.
70
No,
months straight.
I must wash
Wahoo.
myself down a bit.
Mukluk love.
My words exactly.
FCC,
Can't turn
thank
up
you,
at
buddy.
Trotsky
Appreciate
tomorrow
that.
in
Welcome
this
back.
state.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let's go and strip, Henry.
I don't like that
Fellas,
sentence.
come and help us get out of this armor.
Are you really going to bathe here, Sir Hans? It don't look none too safe a spot to me.
Oh, don't be such an old woman, Oates. Bring some wine to warm our blood.
Man, imagine being a nobleman.
Well, we're
I'm
not on a
going to
trip
get
to the
naked.
baths
All
here,
of you,
Sir
accompany me.
Henry's right, sir. Duty first, fun later.
God's wounds. I haven't been away from Rattay in ages. So,
Amphibious bandits in the lake.
I intend to live a little. Blasted iron shirt. Oh, what a relief. I feel like I've just shed 40 pounds.
We're gonna get attacked while we're in your pajamas.
Will I ever live to see his young lordship finally grow up? He's got a good heart, but he doesn't have the sense that he was born with.
Well, responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
There's more chance of me becoming a monk.
Wasn't that mine?
That's a view fit for a king.
Whew. You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on. Oh, that really shrivels the old ball sack.
Who says that?
What's the matter?
Females! Let's go to them.
Sir Hans.
Oh, shut up and let's go. But quietly. We don't want them to spot us.
Hans.
Oh my god. It's a siren.
Down, Henry. We've got to sneak closer. Follow me. Carefully. No sudden moves. Don't give us away. Hear that singing? They must be close.
What did it say about caps lock a second ago? It said C to crouch and something to caps lock, and I didn't see what it was. Chat, this is M for mature.
Might be bathing.
We might see cheeks.
Let's get closer. Shit! One of them's doing laundry. We have to get closer to the others. Only she's blocking our way.
Let's just leave. This is weird.
Throw a stone in the water near her to lure her away. Once she notices it, we'll hurry along the other side.
Press G to throw pebble next to the girl.
Hey?
It worked. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. What was that?
Really? All our splashing and she heard that stone. It was that concerned with it. The muck is going on. This guy wants to peep at the girls. Because he's a terrible nobleman.
We'll go even closer, but carefully.
Bro, I want to go home. They're all doing laundry. Dude, look at that smile. Oh my god, he's such a creep. I guess they're bathing? Bathing and laundry?